Dr. Marchangese here with your Science Moment. Today I'm going to talk about the precautionary principle and just summarize it in a nice, simple way, I think, in a way that just recently occurred to me. And the reason I was motivated to do it is because there's still baton twirlers, sort of COVID authoritarians, who are still going around attacking those that are on team reality and accusing us of having violated the precautionary principle by pushing back on the interventions, the draconian interventions, which have all been shown to have been completely ineffective and radically, dramatically harmful worldwide. But they still are flipping the precautionary principle upside down. So I just want you to remind you what the precautionary principle first sounds like. It sounds like, to certain laymen and otherwise intelligent seeming people, they go, oh, the precautionary principle means that if there's a potential danger, you should take precautions. Well, do you really think that you need some sophisticated principle to set that into stone, that you should, do safeguards to protect yourself? No, the whole point for why there's a principle called the precautionary principle is not to say, hey, let's just be safe when there's something that's at risk. No, the entire point is that there's another kind of risk that we're more blind to as humans, and that is that when we are trying to protect ourselves against something obvious that's potentially attacking us or causing harms, the biggest danger is often ourselves. The precautionary principle is about how to protect ourselves from ourselves, because that's often where we're blind and how we actually, in fact, typically harm ourselves. The greatest harms that occur to society are typically self-induced, either on purpose or by accident. The point of the precautionary principle is that the burden of evidence is on those presenting new, untested policies to show that they work and that they have sufficiently low side effects and harms that it's worth doing. The problem is that it's very unclear when there are new policies put forth what those consequences will be, because it's really very hard for any kind of scientist, no matter how smart, or any group, to figure out what those consequences are, because there's often society-wide and still ongoing and tumbling dominoes that happen for years and years later. And often they're undoing processes, equilibrium solutions that have occurred through no designer at all. Just cultural selection has evolved and found these solutions, and you're upsetting it when you do these sorts of new interventions. So again, a nice way to think about the precautionary principle is it's not about precautions against dangers that are coming from the outside. The entire point is that it's protecting us from ourselves. And that was your Science Moment.